Recording is in progress. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, 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 welcome. Happy, grateful Saturday. This is our every week Saturday call, Production of Leaders, 10 a.m. So we changed it recently. It is now at 10 a.m. every Saturday. We were doing it at 9 a.m., but we pushed it back an hour because we have a lot of sleepy heads on the West Coast and they didn't want to wake up at 6 a.m. So we're running it at 10 a.m. now every single Saturday, speaking about a topic that is not spoken of enough, which is leadership. All right. We're going to be talking every single Saturday. We're bringing different content. What's up, Jordan Brewer? What's up, Shane? Welcome. Let me see who else is joining us here. Welcome, welcome. I got my brother Colin Ray, DJ, Kevin, Fabio, John Lopez, the usual. My wife is here, Zoe and Medi, live to us from South Carolina. So guys, buenos dias, mi gente. Hey, awesome. Thank you for joining us first and foremost. Thank you for giving us a little piece of your life and a little piece of your time, because time is an asset. Time is a resource and you don't get it back. So I will always do my best to bring you value on these Saturday calls so that you guys can take something with you for the rest of your life. If you can take just one little thing with you from this call, then what I did was worth it. All right. So we're going to be speaking today about something that I've never talked about to you guys, but I actually wrote this up 4 years ago. All right. And before we get started, I want you guys to tell me, what are you grateful for? We should start each day with a heart of gratitude. So what can you say is one thing that you have in your heart that you're grateful for right now in this moment? I can't see you, Gabe. It's black. Well, I'll send you a new phone if you tell me when your birthday is, brother. Since you always got jokes, John Lopez. I love you, man. Jordan says, the tribe in my life. Absolutely. What else are you grateful for? For those of you that don't speak English, want to speak a little Spanish? ¿Qué tienes gratitud en tu corazón? There's something that happens when you say, I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful, thank you, thank you, thank you. You can begin to attract whatever it is that you want in your life. Success is something you attract. It's not a destination. Success is not something you look for. Success is something you attract by becoming an attractive person. And I want to tell you guys, information doesn't change. What changes are the people that deliver it. So the information has always been the same. It's always existed. The only thing that changes is the deliverer, the messenger, who is bringing that information to you, right? My pastor's live in the building. Te amo mucho. So guys, one thing we always do as a review is, let me just read here what some people said they were grateful for. New relationships and new opportunities. John Lopez said family. Fabio said my support system around me. Extremely important to have a powerful support system. For the people that God is bringing into our lives, said my wife. Opportunity to experience life, my health and my family. The life I'm beginning to have. I want to tell you guys a quick story. Yesterday, I was in the elevator here at our apartment building and we met, I would say he's probably about 89 to 90 years old, a gentleman in a walker, walking by himself. And on his walker, he had a little sticker and it said, almost blind. His name is Gibson. And I said, Gibson, whatever you need from us, we're here to help you. And he goes, have a happy life. He didn't say, have a great day. He didn't say, thank you. He just said, have a happy life. So I just wanted to share Gibson's message with you guys, to have a happy life. And happiness is an inside job. And part of what we do here every single Saturday is teach 4 pillars of leadership. What are they? Repetition is the mother of skill. So we teach 4 pillars of leadership. What are the 4 pillars of leadership? Does anybody remember? Does anybody want to unmute themselves? Does anybody want to be a leader and shout out, what are the 4 pillars of leadership? Lead yourself. That's the first. What's the second pillar that we teach of leadership? Unmute yourself, put it in the chat. The first is lead yourself. The second is create a vision. The third, Colin Ray is the winner, said apply the mission. And the fourth is then you can lead others. So that's what we teach here in production of leaders. Why? Because leaders don't think like followers. Leaders don't think like followers. So we teach you first to lead yourself. Then you can develop a vision. Here's a question for you. What leads you to the vision? There's one word that leads you to be able to develop a vision. What is it? Unmute yourself, drop it in the chat. There's one word that allows you to write up that vision or create that vision. What is it?
Purpose.
That's right. Purpose leads you to your vision. So the second pillar is vision. The third is the mission, right? The how. How do you accomplish that vision? And the last pillar is leading others. If you can lead yourself, have a clear vision of your life, have a clear mission on how you're going to do it, then you can invite other people on the mission with you to accomplish the vision. And then you can lead them and they can lead themselves because they saw a leader in you. Does that make sense, guys? We haven't even started the call yet. So we're going to dive in to something special here today that I wrote up a while back. All right. And your goal should be to become a leader because you already are a leader. You are already a leader. You might just not believe it. You might not see it. You might, whatever it is, there might be just a little stumbling block that's stopping you from watering the seed of leadership. That's why leadership is so important. Because if you can learn how to lead yourself, then your life becomes clear and you can accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Drop a 3 in the chat if you like to learn through acronyms. A 3 in the chat if you like to learn through acronyms. If you don't know what an acronym is, it's like job, just over broke. That's an acronym. Job, J-O-B stands for just over broke. A job will never liberate you to achieve whatever the freedom that you want. That's an example of an acronym. All right. So why don't you guys tell me what are some acronyms that you love? Because what we're going to dive in here today is an acronym that I'm going to teach you guys that you can take with you forever if you learn it and you love it. So why don't you tell me what are some acronyms that you love? I love just over broke. And I'll give you one more. JUMP. Jesus understands my problems. That's our brand. What about you? What acronym do you love, or an acronym that has helped you maybe in your life? Anybody want to share? You guys still sleeping here today? What's going on, Big Casper? Production of Leaders call, baby. Here we go. I got a leader on the call. His name is Robert Cepero. What's up, baby boy? I learned from him as a leader when I was a freshman in high school. Anybody, we're talking about acronyms and how they're powerful and they're a learning mechanism. So ABC, I love that one, DJ. Always be closing. Everywhere you're at, if you're in business for yourself, you should always be prospecting. You should always be closing. Don't stress what you can't change. That's a good one. So the acronym that we're going to talk about here today, I created it a few years back, and it's LEAD, because this is a leadership call. So if you're able to take notes, you want to write this down. LEAD, L-E-A-D, and we're going to break down each one. No, what I meant was an acronym like that. That's kind of like don't stress what you can't change. That's something, a quote that you want to take with you. We're talking about acronyms, like a word that you can break down, like SMART, structured, measurable, attainable, relatable, teachable, SMART goals, or job, just over broke. So a word that you can break down, that's an acronym. Today, we're going to break down the word LEAD. All right. What do you guys think the L in LEAD stands for? What do you think the L in the word LEAD? Because we're talking about leadership. So we're going to look at the word LEAD. What's up, brother Remy? Thanks for joining us. So what does the L in LEAD stand for? If you're a leader or you're looking for somebody to lead you, what do you think the L should stand for? Learn, leap, love that. Living one day at a time. That's right. What's up, Yaya? So we're looking at the word lead. Always follow up and schedule. Also reschedule, redo the pattern persistently. Listen. I love that one, Remy. Listen. So the first letter in lead we're looking at is the L. I'm giving you 2 words for each one. So I'm going to give you 2 letters for L, 2 letters for E, 2 letters for A, and 2 letters for D. So if you're taking notes, you want to write this down. The first word in L is learning. That's right. Yeah, I got it right. A great leader is always learning. They're always students until the day that they die. What book are you reading right now? Is that book making you better? Right? What's your goal for the amount of books that you're going to read by the end of this year? Maybe you started off slow like me, but we're trying to pick it up before the end of the year. Let's close it out strong by reading books that are making us better. So the first word in the L is a great leader is always learning. They're always looking to improve. They're always looking for the next article. They're always looking for the next book. They're always learning. If you want to be a great leader, you have to start by leading yourself and learn. Part of being here on this call is you learning, right? I'm doing my best to teach you. Hopefully I'm doing a great job. You guys will be the judge. Hopefully I'm empowering you to become a better leader, because it's not, not doing my job if I'm not making you a better leader. So the first word is learning. Ahead of the game as a leader, rich dad, poor dad, always learning. And the second word I want to teach you in L is loving. Loving. The greatest leaders care more about you than they do themselves. So if you want to tap into great leadership, you need to always be learning. You need to always be loving, genuinely, not with a hidden motive, not with a hidden agenda. You need to be loving on those that you want to lead or that you are leading. Are you loving those that you are teaching? Are you loving those that you're learning from? And the more important question is, would they say that you are loving them? Because here's the truth. You can have a perspective, right, that you're loving them. And if you ask them, they might be like, I don't feel Gabe's love, right? So ask the person that you're leading on your team, your spouse, your friend, your family, your son, your daughter, do you feel that I'm loving you? Because great leaders are also attentive to how the other person is receiving the love that you're giving. That's very important. Who here has read the what's it called? The 5 how you receive love, the five love languages, right? So as a leader, you need to be conscious of how this person receives love. Everybody on your team doesn't receive love the same way. Some people on your team might receive love by words of affirmation. Some people might want a $100 gift card if they won a prize. Some people might want you to spend quality time and do a one-on-one call with them on Zoom. You have to be attentive as a leader to how they are receiving your love, not how you think that they're going to receive, right? So crazy how you say that. My acronym is HWLF. So those are the 2 L's that define a great leader. Tough love. Always learning and always loving on the other person. With tough love, yes, speaking to them in truth, but lovingly. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So a great leader can correct you with love, and you're going to receive it, and you're going to want to do better. Great read. That should be on everyone's list. Yep. So what do you guys think about that? I want to hear from you. How have you, or maybe you've had a leader that hasn't given you love, and therefore, you know, life was harder or easier. Let's talk about our parents. What about the love that we received from our first leaders? Who was the first person that ever led you on this earth? It was your mom and it was your dad. Those were the first leaders that you had. And if maybe you're already a parent Or maybe you want to be a parent. If you're not always learning and you're not always loving, you might not be able to connect with your child, because children today live in a day and age where they know more than us, or they think that they know more than us. So you have to be able to relate with them and build that connection with your child so that they can receive the love, because they're being bombarded with information all day, right? So you really have to understand how your child is receiving love. You always be learning so that they know, wow, my dad, my mom is always working on getting better. They're always striving to become a better version of themselves. And they're able to connect with me, because especially when they get into those teenage years, it's very hard for them to actually even listen or open up their ears to want to listen. Learning and loving. My pastor loved so much. Deanna said her pastor was a person that just poured out so much love that everybody would you just begin to attract people. You begin to attract followers. You begin to attract other leaders. You begin to attract because you just pour out and pour out and pour out, and you love, love, love with no hidden motive. So for those of you that just joined us here live, we're speaking about an acronym called LEAD. This is an every Saturday call on leadership where we're breaking down the word LEAD, L-E-A-D, and we're studying what should we be doing to develop that leader. And the first letter was L. We spoke about learning and loving. The next one is E. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think the E is in LEAD? To be a great leader, what should that be in that E? Love you, dude. I love you too, brother. So if you want to be a great leader, what should that E mean for you? The E in LEAD. Lead the pack. Expectations. Okay, that's an interesting one, Jordan. Tony Robbins says, when you change your expectations for appreciations, your life will change. Don't expect anything from anyone. Just expect yourself to show up for you. Educate. That one's similar to the L, so it's not educate. Engagement. I love that one. My man DJ is on a roll today. Excited, emotion, energy, encouragement. Those are all fantastic. All right. So the first word in the second letter of LEAD is execute. A great executing. Someone wrote example. Colin said an example. We speak about leading by example. 2 weeks ago, we spoke about leading from the front. What does it mean to lead by example? You can't develop the leader inside of you if you're telling somebody to do something that you haven't first done. People will not attract to that. People will not gravitate towards that. So that's a great one. Example. I love that one. You guys can create your own acronym. I'm just giving you something for you guys to take home with you. All right. So the first one is a great leader is always executing, and they can execute through their example. So a great leader has a plan and they execute that plan. They're not stagnant water. Go DJ. So that's the first one. Are you executing right now in your life? Are you doing what you said you were going to do? Are you hitting your targets? Are you hitting your goals? I like to call them targets, not goals. Are you hitting your target? Or are you stuck? It's okay. I get stuck sometimes too. But the beautiful part of it is the second word in the E is energy. Energy. Leaders step into a room and what do? They change the energy. I'm going to teach you guys something. When two people meet, two strangers meet, the one that is most certain is the one that's going to be convincing, is the one that's going to have a greater impact on the other one. So when you meet a stranger, when you are certain and you are confident and you are convinced and you know who you are and what your values are or what your beliefs are and what you stand for, you are going to be more impactful in the other person than they are in you. Doesn't mean you can't learn from the other person, but that's what happens. So when you step in a room and you can change the energy by just being who you are and being excited, right? Then that's when people are like, man, why is this person always smiling all the time? Like, are they on drugs? No, they're just happy to be alive. They're just excited to be breathing and not in a hospital bed. So those are 2 words. They could be 3. It could be energy, excitement, right? Engagement. All of those are great words for you to tap into. Energy is everywhere. We are made of electricity. For those of you that are in Enagic, we drink water that is charged with electricity. This is energy, living water. This is not a marketing call, all right? I'm just telling you that people will feed off of your energy. Think about a head coach, college football, right? The guy is in charge of 60 men, and he has to find a way to get these guys fired up so that they perform at the best of their ability. If you have low energy, then that's what you're going to attract. Then that's what you're going to become. Then that's what you're going to receive back from the other person. But if you have great energy and you tell somebody, man, I absolutely love your shirt, dude. Man, I love that hat. Man, I love your nails. Whatever it is, if you compliment somebody, you have great energy, you tap into a different sphere of leadership where you're going to attract other leaders that want to build and grow with you. But if your energy is low, guess what you need to do? Stand up and move your body. Because the fastest way to change your state of mind is through the physiology of your body, is through getting up, doing jumping jacks, put on a song that you used to listen to in middle school and high school that reminded you, or when you used to teach Zumba, a call that used to get you excited and moving and thriving your body. You need to move your body. You need to bring energy to the table. That's what leadership is. It's energy. You're going to receive back the energy that you give out. So if you give 60%, you're going to receive 60%. But if you give 130%, people are going to want to give you 130%. I'm electric. You receive the energy you give off. Absolutely, DJ. I just said that. Zumba is the best. Wepa. So, you need to move your body. You need to change your state. My mom has been mentally sick for 8 years. 8. My mom tried to commit suicide. That's part of why I teach people and I help people with their mindset, because there's nothing more important than practicing thinking. A leader is conscious as to what they're thinking. A leader is aware that they can change their state. They can change their mind. They can change that they're not their mind. They control their mind. You are not your mind. So if your mind is weighing you down, you need to start by moving your body, doing some jumping jacks, dancing, rollerblading, karate, kicking, punching, boxing, push-ups. Anything to move your body is going to help you bring better energy. Drop a 3 in the chat because I need to drink some water if this is helping you. The important thing is to stay determined and focused to get a touchdown. Be a wolf. Yep, you can be a wolf, brother. I'll be a lion. So next, guys, we're going to talk about A. We're talking about the word lead, L-E-A-D. We're developing an acronym, all right? The A, what do you believe the A should stand for? Unmute yourself. I want to hear somebody's voice. I feel I'm getting tired of hearing myself. Unmute yourself. Turn on your camera. It doesn't matter if you're in your PJ. And tell me what you think the A stand for if you want to be a leader.
Action.
Action.
All right, attitude.
Attitude. I like attitude. I vote for attitude.
You guys should teach this call next Saturday. I mean, I'm going to invite one of you guys. I'm going to call on you on Wednesday so one of you guys can lead, because you guys are like reading my notes. There's a goal line in football. How are you going to get across it? So we're looking at the A, right, guys? The A in the word lead. They said action, attitude. I love it. Those are better than the ones that I had written down. So I'm going to change my notes because I had active and alignment. A leader is aligned, clear, concise, focused goals. A leader is active and action are synonyms. So we'll go with action. Everybody wants results, but they're not willing to take action. I can bring you fire content every week. I can change my content. I can do a bunch of things. I can hire 100 marketers. I can do all of these things. But if you don't take an inward step, if you don't take action, if you don't say, today I'm going to do this that sucks, but I'm going to do it. Today, I'm going to take an inward step. I'm going to do one thing today that I've been slacking on doing, or that I haven't wanted to do, or that I hate doing, like 100 push-ups. I hate doing 100 push-ups, but I'm going to do them today. You take one inward step. And that's the solution. It's action. Oh no, I'll do it later. Oh no, I'll do it when I feel. Look, you have to do one thing every day that sucks. That's going to build calluses in your brain. Like you guys have calluses on your hands. If you work out and you do weights, you need to build calluses in your brain. All right. So the first letter is action. And I love what DJ said. The second one is attitude. Because if you have a crappy attitude, you are not going to be a great leader. But if you take action and you always show up as the best version of yourself with a great attitude, no matter how bad my day started, I'm not going to have a bad day. I'm going to have a bad moment. I don't have bad days. I have a bad moment. I'm not going to allow that moment to shift my attitude because I am in control of who I am. I am in control of my thoughts. I am in control of my state. I am in control of my results. So action and attitude are two words that develop a great leader. But thank you guys for chiming in on that. The ones I have were active and alignment. So, but we can go with those because I like those even better. Action and attitude. My attitude is positive. When you guys know the story about the map. I don't have to repeat it, right? I'm going to repeat it in 30 seconds. My last job was at Enterprise. It was the only job I've ever had in my life. I worked there for 14 months and then I fired my boss. And I went to go pick up an old man, right? And I go to the Ford dealership and I'm in a minivan with a tie. And I get down and I go to pick up this gentleman. He was 83 years young. And I get out of the car and I walk in and I'm looking for this guy. And he goes like, I'm over here, sir. And I go, how you doing, sir? What's your name? He goes, Tony. I go, awesome, Tony. Let's go. And he goes, wait 1 second, young man. Do you have your map? And I said, no, sir. I know where we're going. I'm the assistant manager of the branch. I'm going down the street. I'm going down the street. I know where we got to go. Let's go. I got to get back to the branch. He goes, young man, do you have your map? And he just stayed quiet. And I'm already getting a little antsy. I'm like, old man, I'm going to grab you, put you on my back, and I'm going to throw you in the minivan in the back if you don't hurry up. And he goes, my attitude positive. And this was in 2015, I think it was. He taught me to always have my map in my pocket, my attitude positive. And so if we're aware of what we're thinking and we always show up with a positive outlook, it's not about positive thinking and positive. There's going to be some days that suck. There's going to be some days where, God forbid, a family member passed away, right? But you can still have an outlook, a perspective that is positive, even when you're dealing with pain, even when you're dealing with sadness, even when you have to deal with that and you have to live that through and be conscious of that, but you still can change your perspective. Man, what did this family member do for me? Or what did they show me? What did they teach me? Even though they're no longer here, I'm going to honor their life by doing this because this is what I learned. So it's perspective. Those two words are powerful. Action. Too many people want results and they don't want to take action. They want to make $10,000 a month, $1 million a month, but they don't want to take action. They don't want to show up. They don't want to read the book. They don't want to do the workout. They don't want to do the little things that lead to the big results. What's up, brother Luke? I lived that. I fired my boss. Awesome. Always bring out the best when you can. All right, guys, we're running out of time, so we're going to jump right into D. What do you guys think the D in the word lead is? L-E-A-D. What is D in lead?
Development.
Say again?
Development.
Development. Okay. Close.
Dedication. Yeah.
Close. Anyone else want to?
Drive.
Drive. Love it. Those are all great.
Desire.
You guys that have been on these calls before know what the number one word in the dictionary that starts with D is. It's not determinación. What is the number one most important word in the whole world in English in the dictionary that starts with D? It's the root of leadership. Come on, man. All right. I'm retiring after today's call. Discipline. Thank you, brother Luke. Live to us from Utah. He just jumped on the call. I appreciate it. Discipline. The first D is discipline. If you don't have discipline, you will never be a great leader. Start with discipline. It is the root of leadership. Nothing else matters but discipline. It is why you put your children at 3 years old in martial arts. They need discipline. If you haven't, enroll them soon. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, for those of you that don't know. What is the second D? Somebody said development, but development of what, Mehdi? It's the
Yourself. Of yourself,
nope.
of others.
That's right.
Let's go.
The second word is developing other leaders. The mark of a leader is, are they developing you? Are they making you better? Are you developing other leaders? So discipline will allow you the opportunity to develop other leaders. The team, developing other leaders. That's the D in lead, is develop other leaders. Who am I developing? Who am I helping? Who am I calling? Who am I asking to join me on the journey? Who am I helping? Who am I serving? The greatest of the leaders should be the servant. Okay, this is my favorite of the four, is discipline and develop other leaders. You can't be a great leader without discipline. And the measure of true leadership is production of leaders. Dr. Miles Monroe, my mentor, my friend, my pastor, my, somebody that I love that I never got to meet in person, but I feel like I already met him. He says the true measure of leadership is production of leaders. So if you want to raise the bar in your life and say, am I a leader? Who have you led? Who have you helped become a better leader? How many leaders are on your team? That is the single most important measure of leadership, is production of leaders. That's why we call this call every Saturday POL, because whether you're in an adjunct, whether you're in another business, it doesn't matter. Production of leaders is the most important part of you developing yourself as a leader. Or
that's where a lot of leaders fail, because they look for other leaders instead of building other leaders.
That's where a lot of leaders fail, because they look for other leaders instead of building other leaders. I love it. And here's the thing. Everybody is a leader. It doesn't matter if you have 0 people on your team right now. You are a leader. And the more you work on yourself, the better you develop yourself, the easier it's going to be to teach somebody else to tap into water. You can't teach leadership, but you can teach them some, like lead. I can teach you about the word lead, but I can't help you wake up earlier. I can't do it for you. You are a leader. You have to grab the water and water the seed yourself. Grab the plant that's right here and say, oh man, this plant is dying. This is me as a leader. I need to grab this thing and I need to put a little bit of water on it because my leadership plant is dying. You are a plant. You need to water yourself daily. You need to dedicate time to yourself. And then you can build other people up. You can grab somebody that has never done anything great in their life, that sucks at everything, that makes no money, but they just joined your team. And you can literally, if they have the drive, they have the determination, they have the want to learn, you can grab that person and you can help that person become a great leader. What's up, sister? Welcome to the Production of Leaders Saturday call. My sister's live to us from sunny South Florida. A person who can see a leader in another person when they are still learning is a great leader. That's what Jesus did. So that's how we develop leaders, right? LEAD, L-E-A-D, that's the acronym for today. Always learning. You should always be loving, right? We should always be executing. We should always have great energy. The A is you should always be taking action and you should always have a great attitude. And the D is you can't become a leader if you don't have great discipline and you don't develop other leaders, right? So why don't you drop in the chat which letter was your favorite first, and then I'm going to give you guys another one to drop in the chat. Which letter was your favorite? My favorite is D, discipline and developing other leaders. Mehdi says D, Deanna said D, Remy said E. I love it. No, there's no right or wrong answer. It's whatever works for you. Santiago said D. Leo said discipline. Jordan said E for me too. Fantastic. Darren said D. John Lopez said E. Awesome. So the second question is, Lucas said D. Yomari said E. Yaya said L. Our first L. Learning and loving. I love that. Here's the next one. Which one do you think you need to get better at? Out of those 4 letters, Do you need to love more? Do you need to execute more? Do you need better energy? Which one do you need to work on more? If I'm not learning, I can't give. Absolutely. Which one do you want to improve? Do you want to increase? Execute, L, A. Everyone has different ones. That's what makes it so awesome. And the last question is, how are you going to increase that letter? Unmute yourself and tell me, how are you going to do better at that? What are you going to do? Mi disciplina, my discipline. Fantastic. E. My brother Luke said E. So how are you going to increase whatever letter? You can keep that as homework. What are you going to do to get better at whatever one or all of them? It doesn't matter. Whatever you want, right? What are you going to do to love more? What are you going to do to bring better energy? You're going to move your body. You're going to join a Zumba class. You're going to join a Taekwondo class. You're going to create a class. You're going to create stretching on the outside of your backyard, on the street of your neighborhood. It doesn't matter. Make a serious goal of self-development. Absolutely. Awesome, guys. I love it. I was excited about this call because it's fun. And I love acronyms. So I personally learned through acronyms, and I wanted to teach you guys that. So drop a 3 in the chat if you took something home today, if you learned. Invite somebody next Saturday. This is a free call at 10 a.m. And just remember to take away one thing and then apply it. Take action. Challenge yourself today to do something you don't want to do. It could be cleaning the dishes, right? It could be cleaning your house. It could be cleaning your bathroom. It could be working out. It could be reading 10 chapters in a book, or 1 chapter, or 1 sentence, or posting something on Instagram, or doing a live. Whatever it is, challenge yourself to get better. I love you guys. God bless you. And I'll see you guys whenever the next opportunity presents itself.